Hello again. Today we're going to be continuing our story about how God created the world. Last week we talked about that on day 1, God created the light and the dark. On day 2, God created the bubble that surrounded the earth with water and made it the perfect greenhouse environment to be able to have the plants grow the way they needed to. And on day 3, he separated the water away from the land, so there was land in the middle surrounded by water, and in that land were plants that had the exact kind of seeds they needed so they could grow and flourish and be healthy where God had planted them. So today we're continuing on, and now we're on day 4. On day 4 it said, and again we're at the very beginning of the Bible in Genesis, and it says, "And God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years. And let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 4th day. So he created the stars and the sun and the moon so that we would have the light of the sun during the day, we'd have the light of the moon at night, and we'd have the stars to decorate the sky and be so beautiful. He knew that we needed that light to be able to function and to know when it was day and what week it was and what year it was. God gave us all those things. He knew that we needed those ways to keep track of time. And then it said, God said, let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living and moving thing with which the water teems, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 5th day. So on that 5th day, God created all the things that live in the ocean and the water, and all the things that live in the sky, all the birds and all the things that live in the ocean, all of those creatures. And he created them and said he wanted them to be fruitful and multiply. In other words, he wanted them to just fill the ocean. And again, God always has such a great plan that he knew that we would be able to see those birds, and that we would be able to have them not only help us out and do things like provide us with eggs and with food, but he would also have them to be there to show us his majesty and his how great of a creator he is. And I don't know if you've noticed, but every time God did something, he said, and it was good, because it is good. God is only good, and we can remember that. Now, to help us remember what happened on those days, remember we said day 1 was the light and the darkness. Day 2 was the bubble. Day 3 was the land and the plants that came up. Day 4, we can do the stars, the sun, which shines down on us, and the moon, which is in a big circle in the sky. And he also created the birds and the fish. So birds with a beak and fish wiggling their tails. And we could remember that God, again, has a plan, and he is such a good and amazing God. For our craft today, I need to tell you that over the next couple weeks, we're actually going to have a very similar craft each week, and that is that I found these really cool stickers, and they fit exactly with our story. So you have a piece of paper, and then you've got these stickers that have all kinds of things that live in the ocean, so that you could make your own ocean. And I also gave you some stars so you could decorate the sky above. And remember that on the 4th day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars, and all the things in the ocean and the birds. So we'll be talking more about this next week. And to help you have a snack along the way, I gave you some sea creatures that you can eat to remember God has a plan.